Hello, I'm Todd Stubendek, State Director of AARP Nebraska. Thank you for joining us for this special Facebook Live event. AARP has been working to promote the health and well-being of older Americans for more than 60 years through information, advocacy, and resources. Part of that includes helping to improve the places that we live so we can thrive no matter your age, ability, or background. We all want places to live where there are transportation options. Housing is affordable and works for people as they age. There is access to outdoors and ways to enjoy it. And there are always ways to stay connected with loved ones and neighbors. Ultimately, our vision is for a future in which all communities, urban, suburban, and rural, are great places for all of us to live. We've seen that this is even more important in the face of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. AARP is doing this work nationwide, including right here in Nebraska. Today, I'm pleased to share some exciting news as 4 Nebraska organizations are receiving grants through applications to the AARP Community Challenge Grant Program. These are a part of a total of $3.2 million being awarded among 244 grantees across the country. Today, we are lucky to be joined by one of the Nebraska grantees who's going to share more about their project. Jamie Granquist joins us today from BikeLNK. Welcome, Jamie, and thanks for being here.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks for having us.
Let's get started, jump right into it. First of all, tell us a little about BikeLNK and your work.
Yeah, so BikeLNK is in the city of Lincoln. We're the bike share program that we have 21 stations throughout downtown Lincoln and on all 3 UNL campuses. And you can check out a bike, ride it around, and return it to the same station or a different station 24/7, 365. And that just gives people the ability to be active in their community while seeing the sights, going about their business, or enjoying their lifestyle where they choose to live.
Great. So the AARP Community Challenge Grant is for $8,000 and involves purchasing some e-bike equipment, which I see there. That will be used to help educate folks about the bike share program. First of all, I think you're going to show us a little bit about, but what is an e-bike, and tell us a little more about what you're planning for your project.
Sure. So this is essentially a bike share to-go kit. And so what that does is shows people how easy it is to just check out a bike to start their ride. A lot of people, that barrier is there that says, I don't know how this works. I'm kind of scared about doing it wrong. This helps people show them how easy it is. We can check out a bike a couple different ways. We have a fob that you can get, and you just simply scan that at the dock, and it releases the bike. It's just as easy as that. We can also use our phone to check out a bike, and we can also use a credit card at the station. That allows you to get out that bike and ride it around for up to an hour at a time for no additional fee. Oh. And you return it just like that.
And so what's your plan for this particular station?
Yeah, so this enables us to go to community centers, to retirement centers, and places where people naturally are coming and going from, and showing them how bike share works in their environment. So let's say we go to a neighborhood, to an association, and we show their residents how to check out a bike. That breaks that barrier of knowledge, but then we can also have them take this bike out and ride it around in that built environment so that they know how bike share works where they live. It just enables us to, instead of having people have to go to those stations, we can bring that station to them.
And tell us a little bit, what's an e-bike? It sounds fancy. What's the difference between a regular bike and an e-bike?
Yeah, so an e-bike is really great. It kind of levels that playing field and makes us all a little fit, a little faster, and it enables people with maybe some muscle weakness or some apprehension of being not in shape. to be able to take that bike out and ride it and keep up with their relatives, keep up with their kids, right? Like, it allows you to not worry about the hills, not worry about getting hot and sweaty, because it kind of just helps you as you pedal. It gives you a little bit of oomph when you're riding.
We could all use a little oomph once in a while. How do you think this project will benefit people 50 plus and sort of the community of Lincoln as a whole?
Yeah, so we've seen bike share get utilized by thousands of people every year. We have over 124,000 rides in just 3 years, which means people use these bikes for all kinds of reasons. But we're very excited because Lincoln has an older population that really is engaged and active. And we want to enable them to be able to continue that as they age in place. And so this allows our community to be healthier, more vibrant, and more inclusive, to make sure that we're all have access to the same capabilities, options, and transportation and recreation that we all enjoy in Lincoln.
Do you have a sense of the demographic of your users of the bike share program?
Yeah, so right now we definitely have a younger user base. Most of our users are under the age of about 40. And so we want to try to bring in more people that we're not currently reaching. And we see that e-bikes really do that. Nationwide, people embrace the e-bikes, and it tends to be folks of an older generation. And so that really helps expand that user base and those folks who are riding these bikes for all kinds of reasons.
That's great. So one of the things that we love about the AARP Community Grant Challenge program is that it is a fast-acting program. And I think you're evidence of that. You got the grant and you already have the bike in the docking station. So normally I ask people sort of how soon will the project be completed? You're sort of already there. Do you have any plans at this point yet to go out and start talking to the community?
Yeah, absolutely. We've already talked to the community centers, and we're working on getting them passes in-house to be able to do this with their community members. We also are working with aging partners to get some of that programming with stuff that they already have in place, but this being an extra element. And then we've also worked with getting a list of murals that people could go see and making that ad hoc art tour where they could take these bikes out, ride around and see the sites in a very safe, socially distanced way at their own speed, and being able to do that yet this fall. And so we definitely want to make sure that we're using this equipment in the way that it's intended as quickly as possible, because community matters. Our title of the grant was Connections, Empowering Through Pedaling, and we really believe in that aspect of this. And so sooner rather than later, now is when we act, and fall's a great time to get going.
That's great. Bicycling and in promoting bicycling is a big part of the AARP livable communities outreach effort and programs. And one of the things that we know, our bike share programs are an excellent way to get people over 50 involved in biking. And so when we saw the application for your grant, it was something that definitely got us excited as a way to sort of engage people over 50 in Lincoln in biking and getting them back involved. And so we were really excited to see it and very happy to be able to fund it. You talked about it a little bit, but what do you see, what do you expect to come to the community as a result of this project? What are your hopes?
Yeah, so our hopes are to make sure that people know bike shares for everyone. And so one of those things is to provide that a lot of times as we age in place, that social isolation happens even more so in COVID. And so we want to make sure that we provide those opportunities in an ad hoc way, but also in guided ways to be able to get out there and explore the community using bike share, whether it be to see art, have an ice cream social with your friends on a Saturday, or maybe ride the local trails. Lincoln has 135 miles of trails, and so you can go to all different quadrants of the city and be able to utilize those bikes to get out there for that recreation and that health.
How much does it cost for an hour of the e-bike?
Yeah, so our e-bikes cost the same as our traditional bikes. It's $6 every hour that you have it over the initial pass. And so we have 4 different pass types. We have an $8 pass. That's a single 24-hour access. And that allows you to be able to ride bikes for 60 minutes at a time. We also have a weekend pass, so that's 72 hours. We give you an extra day to ride those bikes around up to an hour at a time without an additional fee. We also have monthly passes and annual passes, and so that gives you those hour-long rides in that amount of time. So bike share is about access. It's those quick trips. It's those fun jaunts around town, maybe riding around the lake, bringing it back, riding down and getting pizza with your family. And so that just allows people to explore Lincoln by 2 wheels. Part of the grant with the AARP is that as we do these events and places at community centers, we also have passes that we are able to promo code for people so that they can get on that bike, get a helmet, and get out there. And if they keep their trips under an hour at a time, there would be no additional fee for that. So we're very excited, and we appreciate AARP for being a huge, huge partner in this and allowing that to happen for our community.
Well, I love the AARP logo and branding on the bike. Looks great. Thank you for that. That's terrific. I look forward to seeing that bike out and about in the community. That would be terrific as well. If I would say if someone gets that bike, take a picture of yourself on it and put it on social media and tag us. That would be great as well. So we're getting near the end of our time. I just want to give you a chance to talk a little bit more about BikeLNK, what you think people should know about your organization, and how can they find out more information about you and the bike share program.
Sure. If you visit BikeLNK.com, you'll find out everything you need to know about bike share in Lincoln. We have a blog on there that we update routinely about goings on in Lincoln. There's things like the Bike Boulevard on F Street that's brand new this weekend. And so you can ride all those things that we have in Lincoln, go to events and use bike share, along with knowing the latest and greatest about what's happening in Lincoln. So if you want to find out more about BikeLNK, visit BikeLNK.com. We also have an app, B-Cycle. And so when you download that app, you can also check out bikes, find out the newest locations for stations, and get up-to-the-minute information on where those e-bikes actually are. We don't have very many of them, and they're very popular. So make sure you use that app to find out where this AARP bike is.
Well, thank you, Jamie. This is great. Again, congratulations on the grant. We are super excited at AARP Nebraska to be partnering with BikeLNK, and look forward to when we can start doing some in-person events, finding ways that we can connect our volunteers and our members with this program as well. So thank you. Any parting words for our audience?
Yeah, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for embracing our Lincoln community in such a manner, and we're excited to work with AARP.
Great. Thanks again for joining us. To learn more about the Community Challenge projects across the country, you can visit AARP's Livable Communities website at www.aarp.org/communitychallenge. From there, you'll also visit an interactive map that details all of the Community Challenge grant projects that have been given out since 2017, and learn a bit more about any communities who are members of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities. You can also visit the AARP Nebraska webpage at states.aarp.org/Nebraska. Thank you for joining us, and stay safe.